Hello and welcome back. Are you ready for the breakdown? So today I'm going to talk about more tips about tuning and how to fix that annoying buzz on your kalimba or the annoying sounds that you're hearing on your kalimba. My cats are playing, so that's the annoying noise in the back. So I used 3 apps to tune my kalimba. I actually have gotten my kalimba in the mail, so I'm tuning it for the first time, and it is not as easy as everyone is saying, I'm finding out. It's very time consuming. You're constantly going back and forth between tuning. You tune it too far, you tune it not enough, and it's a big mess. So I understand now what everybody's talking about. So the first app I used was the G String app. The next one I used was the DA tuner. And the next one I used was the tuner pitched. Now all of these are geared towards any other instrument than a kalimba. They've got, ukulele on their guitar. I put it so it wasn't for any specific instrument, but the problem is with that is it's still trying to tune it like it's a guitar or a ukulele. So I'm still struggling with it because it's not tuning what the kalimba should sound like. But just to get your basis, to try to get your stuff in tune, this is how these work. I don't think anyone's actually explained how a tuner works, because if you are not familiar with music, you don't really know where this arrow is supposed to be pointing. So if it's in this red section right here, this means you need to hit at the top of your kalimba tines. So you need to hit it from the top and hit it down, and then that should bring it more to the middle. If it's over here in the blue, that means you need to hit from the bottom of your kalimba, and it should bring it to the top. And when you're doing this, you only have to do light taps. If you're going crazy, you're gonna make the arrow go all the way to the opposite side. It just needs a couple light taps and you should be able to get it to the center. Most kalimbas come tuned, so you usually don't have to tap them as much. Now it's the same thing for this one, same as before. If it's in the red, do the top. If it's in the blue, do it from the bottom. And if it's in the green, then you're good to go. I had to use 3 because this one would say it was right, but then this one would say it was wrong, and then I would use the middle one and it would tell me, how far I am. The other app I used, the DA tuner, the only way you knew you were tuned correctly was the letters would be green, but this would actually tell you kind of where you have to tune from. So these I feel are the most helpful. Now, with these tuning apps, my D's and my E's, they say are correct, and I seen someone else had this exact problem, so it's definitely a common issue. They say that they're correct, but the tone that they play is absolutely horrible. There's no way that these are in tune. So this is what I suggest for that. There is this lovely lady who actually strums each tine, and she doesn't speak English, but that's okay because I give you the exact spot that she starts to strum the tines, which is 5 minutes and 56 seconds into her video. And if you slow down the video, which you're going to click this right here, and you slow down the video, you could do it to 0.75, and she's going to go through each one and hear for the sound of the one you need, which I need D2. And just play it off ear by the way her sounds and try to get your kalimba to sound like that, because I feel like the tuners are trying to identify a guitar and they're not going to give you the correct tuning that you need. So if anybody has an actual tuner that they bought from the store that works great for your kalimba, it's not trying to tune it like a guitar, leave it down below. Let us know, because I would like to purchase one, but when I researched online, they didn't really have one they recommended. Now, I did a lot of research for you guys, and I found everything I could find for why your kalimba is making the buzzing sound and how we can fix it. Some of these are kind of do it at your own risk, so I just want to put that out there. I do not believe that these are going to damage your kalimba, but it's just something you need to think about before you go ahead and do them. All right, so let's go. So if you play your kalimba or it's an older kalimba, there are chances that your tines are becoming really loose and they actually might fall out. I'd say it'd have to be pretty old though. But this guy had a loose kalimba tine and he shows how he puts it back in. So from his left hand, he's going to hold the tine in, and from his right hand, he gets a screwdriver that is from a watch kit that is a flat head, and he just rests it underneath the tine and right where the board is right here, and he rests it in between like a wedge, and he hammers it back in. And he said that it helped with the buzzing sound, and it also tightened the tune, also tightened the tine up. Excuse me. Now, he doesn't speak English, but there is English closed captioning, so that'll help you understand. But I think that's for worst case scenario. You probably don't have to do that to fix yours. So, I found 2 other helpful videos that deal with this issue, and both of them are using paper. So the first one is that you are going to pick up the tine that's giving you issues, and you're going to try to slide your paper underneath the tine that's giving you issues, like in this photo here. And then once you get it in between the tine and this piece of metal that is underneath all your tines, you're supposed to kind of sandwich it in between, and you can rip it off, and it's supposed to be, in the perfect spot. And then when you hit the tine, it's not going to make the buzzing sound anymore. Now, when I seen this video, I was kind of skeptical because I was like, I don't really think we should be putting paper underneath the tines. However, he's not the only one who has made a video like this. I found another video, but this one is a little bit different, and I kind of agree with her method more, is you get a piece of paper and you loop it around the tine and you kind of go underneath it and you pull up slightly kind of, and you keep going back and forth, because what I think it is that is actually causing your buzzing sound is over time from you strumming them, it's bending the tines down so they're hitting this piece of metal, which is what's making the buzzing sound. That's my prediction. I'm not a professional at all. So she does this and she eventually gets the sound, the buzzing sound off of it. And this is her lovely channel right here. So again, I was still kind of skeptical. So I went on that lovely website I showed you, which is Kalimba Magic. And again, they have the paper method. And this is actually a Kalimba website. You can buy Kalimbas off here. So this is, I would say a pretty knowledgeable site that if it was going to hurt your instrument or, cause any, damage to it, they wouldn't have it here. So there's a couple different methods, and I'm not going to just read them to you because I know you can see it too. And also I'm going to put the link down in the description for you to go back to and read. But there's a couple different methods here. And this is one issue I see, is that it's going to have a pickup here that you could get the buzzing, and that one would be the most trickiest to fix. If all these other issues, don't fix it and you're left with this one, that one's going to be the trickiest to fix. I can tell you that right now. So yeah, that's everything I found. Hopefully it's helpful.